Hi, guys. Welcome to the Unalive podcast, where we discuss all things true crime. I am your host, Lala, and today we are diving into a crazy disappearance. This is for a 6'9" former Harlem Globetrotter who just disappeared into thin air. This is the story of Rico Harris. So, Rico was born May 19th, 1977, in Los Angeles, California. He was the oldest of four children. His father was a former Idaho State basketball star and his mom a homemaker, but you can describe his upbringing as anything but ideal. His dad was very abusive, physically and also emotionally, and especially to Rico. His mom eventually left his father, and this severed their relationship completely. Despite this, by high school, Rico had grew to slightly follow his father's footsteps. He was a basketball natural. He soon became a star player. Lamar Odom even expressed interest in his game. So many were excited to see where his career could lead, but many felt very disappointed. Rico chose to attend Cal State Northridge despite interest from much higher profile colleges. This was a decision he got a lot of backlash from because it was seen as him limiting his chances of reaching the NBA. College also wasn't easy for Rico. He began to experience some personal difficulties and began to drink heavily. His game, however, didn't suffer. He continued to play through college. He even played for some international basketball league teams and later the Harlem Globetrotters. Back in 2000, way before his Harlem Globetrotter career, Rico got into a fight with some dudes at a bar. They hit him over the head with a baseball bat, and he did suffer injuries from that. Injuries that sadly forced him to quit after 1 month of being with the Harlem Globetrotters. After leaving basketball, Rico's dependency on alcohol increased greatly, and he became addicted to illegal drugs as well. People who knew Rico said it was very sad. The person they once envied for his talent was now seen begging on the street corners for change. He was arrested many times before he was able to recover from his addictions in 2007, and he stayed clean for a while. Fast forward to 2014. Life looked a lot different for Rico. He had began a long distance relationship with a woman in Seattle, and he was in love. The month of October came, and he was in the process of moving in with her. He had applied to several jobs in Seattle in preparation for this move, and he had a job interview lined up as a property appraiser. He was supposedly super excited about this, but he still had some things from his hometown he needed to get to finish the move. So he came up with a plan: drive back home 17 hours to California, grab his things from his mom, and head back to Seattle in time for the interview the next day. And this is exactly what he did. He arrived to his mom's in California with no problem. It was the way back that was the issue. After he left his mom's, shortly after midnight, very early on the day of October 10th, 2014, to begin the 17-hour drive back to Seattle, his job interview was also scheduled for the following day, the 11th. Rico drove north on I-5. Investigators determined that he had purchased gas in Lodi, about 40 minutes south of Sacramento. At 10:45 a.m., he called his girlfriend from north of Sacramento and left a message saying he was going into the mountains to rest. At 11:15, he turned his phone off, and this was the last time anyone heard from Rico. His girlfriend and mom became increasingly worried after they attempted to contact him multiple times and both kept getting his voicemail. They both contacted local police and filed a missing persons report for him. That same day, a Yolo County Sheriff deputy spotted a black Nissan Maxima parked in a parking lot along Route 16, north of Rumsey, California, for the second straight day. This area is quite rural and very scenic. The car belonged to Rico. It was out of gas and had a nearly dead battery. Inside was his wallet, minus one credit card and also his ID. His phone was also not in the car. There was also a bottle filled with some kind of alcohol and an empty bottle that smelled of the same liquor, but there was no sign of Rico. Police began posting photos of Rico everywhere in hopes that tips would come in, and three very beneficial tips did. Two motorists reported seeing someone fitting Rico's description in the area of October 11th, a full day after his last voicemail to his girlfriend. One said he was walking along the road. The other said he was sitting on a guardrail overlooking the creek about 2 miles from the parking lot where his car was located. Near the spot on the guardrail, when police investigated, authorities located the backpack along the side of the road. What's even crazier, however, on October 19th, more than a week after he arrived in the area and well after the search had begun, a man said he saw someone that matched Rico's description. The motorist said the man he saw was walking towards the parking lot where Rico's car had been. The car had been towed days earlier. Police found footprints between the creek and the parking lot consistent with Rico's shoe size. The police searched the creek and even the nearby mountains, but no sign of Rico. It has now been over 8 years with no sign of Rico. My thing is, this guy is a freaking giant, guys. He's 6'9" and over 300 pounds. How does he just simply disappear? I would love to hear your opinions, so definitely sound off in the comments. What do you think happened to Rico? Was he met by foul play? Do you think he went back to drugs? Or do you think he walked away and just wanted to maybe restart his life? That's it for me today, guys. I'll see you next week for more murder.